Good morning, Yankee fans. How's everybody doing? Hope all is well. I hope you all had a great weekend. I know we did. But a lot of stuff going on, and yesterday was a lot of fun. We got a live update from the Yogi Berra Museum with Evan and George and Nitin, and that was awesome. George had interviewed the legendary Bob Costas, so that was awesome, and more to come with us. Came on a minute or two earlier to say hello to everyone because we are expecting former NBA player Eddie Robinson to come on and speak with us a few minutes. A happy day today. We're looking. Everything is changing in our the way we log on and all that. So it's going to be hopefully a fun day. Now, remember, there's no Yankee game, but we are going to come back with a talk, a roundtable talk at 7 p.m. Of the weekend series, and let's talk about the final week of the baseball season. If a couple of you, some of you would like to come up, by all means, we'd love to have you. And I have to keep it to a minimum this morning because they're going to be changing and doing all kinds of wiring by around 9:30 or so. So we're going to do the best we can. Hopefully the stream goes well, and all of that. So I do want to do a fast baseball score update, and then we're going to bring up Evan, our co-host, and we'll get the show started. So we have the Atlanta Braves beat the Tigers 6-2. The Pirates beat the Athletics 11-0. Of course, our New York Yankees beat the Orioles 7-1. The Cincinnati Reds, now tied with the New York Mets for the final wild card, beat the Cubs 1-0. The Nationals beat the Mets 3-2. The Toronto Blue Jays 8-5 beat the Royals. The Guardians lost to the Twins. They actually lost the game 6-2. The Padres 3-2 over the White Sox. The Brewers 5-1 over the Cardinals. I'm sorry, the Cardinals 5-1 over the Brewers. Oh, my eyes today. The Marlins 4, the Texas Rangers 2. That's a blow to Texas playoff hopes. Colorado beat the Angels 3-1. The Diamondbacks stay hot. They creamed the Phillies 9-2. Also, the Giants beat the Dodgers 3-1. The Mariners beat the Astros 7-3. And Tampa put a little hurting on the Boston Red Sox 7-3. Also, tomorrow night, guys, we're going to be doing, I already have the link out, live right here on NY Yankee Mania. The Red Sox are going to be playing the Toronto Blue Jays. We're going to have the live game for you here, play-by-play. And we're also going to be joined by former Major League player Jason Michaels will join us during that telecast. So we're really looking forward to that. And also, who knows, some other surprises. I also, before anything else, thank you, Damon, for congratulating for 500 subscribers. I do want to let you know I did get notification that they are checking everything out until that is official. Once that's official, they will send that to me. So we need some more to come in there to make sure if there's any trolls or anything in there, but they know that my stream should be clean. We don't tolerate any of that. I erase them as soon as they come in, as far as what I know. So this may take a few days, guys, but as soon as I get notification and we are at 500, we will definitely do the 3-tier, $25 for third place, $50 for second place, and the $100 for first place. Please have Venmo or Zelle downloaded. So like this, we can get you the prizes 1, 2, 3. And so stay with it. I will be on top of it. The minute I get notification that the 500 subscribers is 100% up and up, then we'll do it. I appreciate that. So without any further ado, I want to bring up our co-host. And yesterday, congratulations to Evan, was the first day actually Mania that he went to cover a media event. So very happy for him. And let's bring him up.
Good morning, Joe.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Good, thanks. So how does it feel now to be a veteran of covering events?
I feel like I'll still need a few more experiences to be a veteran at it, but no, there were
You
things
will.
that there were things that I think I could have done better, but there were things that I think that were a lot of fun and that were very positive. I got to meet a
Evan,
lot of great people.
we always learn on the job. You
Yeah,
always learn. You can do this and you can do that, and but don't worry about it. You did everything was positive.
yeah.
Everything was positive
No, it was a
between
lot of
you
fun.
and George. Yep, and you had a great mentor in Nitin there too. So that was a big help. Keep in mind, everybody. We are waiting for former NBA player Eddie Robinson to come on, and we talk a little basketball. Eddie played for the Chicago Bulls and the Hornets, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about his career and a little bit about the changing in basketball. And hopefully, he will be coming on soon. And but until then, we are going to talk about. So, Evan, how do you feel about 500 subscribers? And now they are tallying it and looking it over. And as soon as we get word that it's official, then we can have our giveaway. What do you think about that? I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, congratulations. I mean, I know it's not official yet, but we'll. I think we can celebrate once we get another subscriber. I think it will be official then. So, well, for now, congratulations. It's been a long
No,
road.
congratulations to all of us. We all had a hand in this.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been 5 months you've been on the show, and that's
Yep.
really great. That means you've gotten 100 subscribers a month about that. I know there was a big incline in subscribers once I joined, but that's all great because I'm happy that I could help you out. So that's awesome, and everybody on the team too. Nathan, George, Sean, Ken. We all do a great job here. We all work together as a team very well. So it's a big accomplishment, but we have a lot of things to improve on still, and a lot of great ways to go. A lot of fun stuff ahead.
Oh yeah, and the nice part of it is, guys, that when you do get approved, everything is cool. And the nice thing about it is, former players that have been on the show also put their stamp of approval on the show and also subscribe. So that's when you've hit a little bit of a big time
Yep.
because if it's good for them, then hey, listen, they're the athletes and I'm talking pretty decent names. We're not talking, So it's great. I'm excited about it. I'm proud of the product. There's, like you said, there's a lot more to do, a lot more fun to come, and like I said, now and remember, guys, it has nothing to do with not having the game that we're going to play for the three prizes. According to YouTube, it could take about 3 to 4 weeks. I've heard from creators it could take as little as a week, and it could go all the way to 4, depending on what they're doing. So, guys, just hang in there, and I promise you that we will definitely have the 3 tiers. Keep subscribing as they see more subscribers come on. It's all better for all of us. And I thank all the people, so many to thank, about 500. But you know who you are that's been with me since day one. And I definitely tip my hat to each and every one of you. Everybody that came to us in May and June and July and August and September and then so on. It's going to be a great October run. And it's going to be a lot of fun, Evan. I'm really, really looking
Yep.
forward to doing our first playoff run. We had our first, we had our first show with the trade deadline, which of course we know was 10 hours. Uh, Uh, no, there is Damon. There is a verification. They do check everything out. We everyone gets checked out. I received an email for it, so I mean I'm telling you what I got. So whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. But believe me, I wanted to be 500 very legit subscriptions. We've had about 20 to 25 already that I know I kicked off, and I made sure that are off. That were all trolls, and I don't want them. I want to earn them, and each and every one. If we get when we get approved, it's because we've earned it here at NY Yankee Mania. Not that somebody's going to go. I know the good intention. Some are good intention, and some just being really stupid. And I don't want that. And I'm not going to waste any more time on the strolls. There's going to be no more timeouts. If somebody is doing something on the stream, and I know about it, and I see it from my moderators, you're gone. And there's not even a question anymore because I've had it. There's like 2 or 3 people that go around these streams and go around wherever just to make trouble because they have nothing better to do. So and that's going to stop one way or the other. But no more talking about that. Let's get into yesterday's Yankee game, Evan. A lot of good things we saw. And Ben Rice not only coming out of the doldrums, but having a 4-for-5 day and a grand salami. Couldn't happen at a better time, and I hope this means that he's going to really start taking off now.
Yeah, Ben Rice, he's improved tremendously since the start of the season. He's just one of those guys that I think could be definitely a big piece for the Yankees in the postseason. He could play multiple positions. He can catch. He can play first base. Honestly, I think he could hit lefties too. I think he should be in the lineup no matter what. Doesn't matter if there's a lefty on the mound. He has proven that he can hit lefties. He can adjust very well. That's one thing that I noticed from him from last year was that he adjusted a lot. And, he definitely used Judge's hitting coach in the correct way because we know that he uses his hitting coaches, and that's very smart of him to do that. I think a lot more players should realize that, and maybe they should just hire Judge's coach as the hitting coach because I think everybody would be like Aaron Judge and Ben Rice at that point. But Ben Rice, great player, can play multiple different positions. I've really seen him improve a lot this year from last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it definitely 100%, and again, just the just being him in the lineup. Interesting, Evan. I saw a big article this morning in Yahoo, and they were saying the 5 Yankees that basically have played themselves off the team. And I want to go over that with you, see what you're thinking. So
okay.
The number one would be Lasagna, Loizica.
Okay.
Would you give him another chance in spring training, or would you? Are you to the point where say, you know what, thank you for your service, but maybe it's time for you to move on? How would you dissect Loizica?
Yeah, I know next year we need a couple more bullpen pieces, but I don't think we can rely on Loizica to be healthy for the whole season. And usually when he is healthy, he's definitely not what he once was as a reliever. I remember when he came up in like 2018, 2019 for us, and he was very good. He's just not the same guy. So I think it's not a lot to let him go. I think we should move on from him.
Okay. The next one would be Trent Grisham. They were giving the pros and the cons, and they also pointed out that his September numbers are like 193, and that might have hurt his chances of possibly getting another contract from the Yankees. Even if he's hitting 33, 34, 35 home runs, the 193 stands out. He's like 6 for 33 or something like that. and the Yankees are just not going to give him. They may not be too convinced that he's going to have 5 years of great baseball. So it looks like they're going to say sayonara to him. Which first of all, he should when he comes, if he does leave and he comes back, they should definitely put him on the video screen because he's really helped the Yankees one way or the other to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on that? Do you agree with that? And would you give him a qualifying offer?
Yeah, I would definitely give him a qualifying offer at the very least. Most likely he won't take it, but I think that will definitely start the bidding war that teams are gonna try to go after him for. But I think it's more important to re-sign Cody Bellinger. Honestly, I think with Grisham, he might get like a 3-4 year deal. It might not be the largest in terms of the years, but he's probably going to make probably almost 20 million a year, I would say, which is pretty crazy for him. I mean, he's only 28 years old, and he's hasn't really been a full-time starter for most of his career, but now since he's gotten this opportunity, I think teams will look at it as, okay, he's a good defender, and if he can do this with playing for the Yankees, and then I think he can do this playing anywhere else. Obviously, you have to look at the fact that he's hitting all these clutch home runs for us. He's been a really good bat at the top of the lineup. I think teams will value that. If they can have that guy to be a top bat in their order, I think they would definitely take it for the amount of money that he's going to get. And if he improves in his career, that contract is going to be cheap moving forward. But I think for the Yankees, it's more important to re-sign Cody Bellinger. So I would possibly let Trent Grisham go. But if he wants to stay and take a cheaper contract, then I would definitely be in favor of that for him coming back to the Yankees.
Okay. The next one is a real shocker. Well, not real shocker. We'll get to that at the end. Mark Leiter Jr. Would you say that he's pitched himself out of the Yankee bullpen? And do you think he's deserving to be on the playoff roster?
Mark Leiter. I think he deserves to be on the playoff roster. And I think he could be a guy that they bring back next year. Honestly, I think they like Mark Leiter Jr. He's one of those guys that the Yankees look at stuff-wise and they're like, oh, wow, look at this guy. He has a splitter. He has a fastball. He has all these, different velocities he can go to. He's a good bullpen guy. And we see the real stats. I mean, he's not great when the pressure is high. He's pretty good, but obviously he can improve and he can get better. So I think the Yankees will definitely take that chance. I think they'll work with him. And I wouldn't mind seeing him come back. I don't want him being an 8th inning guy, 7th inning guy. But I would like to see him, continue to work with Matt Blake and see what he can provide us.
Okay. And also the next one is the shocker. Totally move on from Anthony Volpe.
No.
And they said that he's eligible for arbitration, and especially if he wins arbitration, the Yanks are going to definitely move on from him. This is according to the article. This is all in Yahoo, everyone. So if you get a chance, take a look. I looked at it very fast, but you can take a look at it. And they don't even believe he should be on the playoff roster, let alone being traded right after the season. So that's a real debate that we will debate tonight on our debate show. So that should be something that's going to be on the forefront. But just a little bit of it, Evan. How you feel about it?
Yeah, Volpe, even if he reaches arbitration, I don't see the Yankees letting him go just because I don't think they have anyone in the minors that could be ready next year to play shortstop. They do have a lot of young guys that they drafted, but I don't think they have anyone specifically ready for the start of next season. They do have Caballero still for next year, but he's not an everyday player. Even Boone said he's not an everyday player. And Anthony Volpe has looked a little bit better recently, and we know that the Yankees like to hide injuries, and They did the same thing with Anthony Volpe, which is not the right way to do things. They also messed up some of the things that he's good at. Right, that's one thing that we can knock Yankee player development for, is not letting these guys just be themselves and let their hitting do the talking. But if Volpe does that, if he's himself and he hits line drives and if he hits the ball the other way, then he can be a good player. I know people don't want to admit it, but he's a good player and he could be a good defender too. I think he's improved defensively. He's already won a Gold Glove, so the Yankees will find a way to defend that. And yeah, he does struggle a lot. He goes into stretches where he's not great, but I think we can rely on him at least being a good defender for us. And I think the Yankees value that over some of the things he's done offensively, even though he's proved that he can put up good offensive numbers. Even if he's not having a great average, he can put up more home runs, or he can hit with a little bit of a higher average and maybe a little bit less home runs, but he'll still be around the 20, 25, maybe even closer to 30 home run mark. So I think the Yankees will definitely give him a chance again next year.
Okay, that sounds good. We are getting notification. Eddie Robinson should be coming on soon. I do see Nitin rolling around. Not sure if he's ready to come up, but Nitin, are you ready to come up? Give us a thumbs up. Yes, no, maybe. Nope, he's not giving a thumbs up, so we're gonna wait. But I definitely agree with it. I think that Volpe should get another year, but you know what happens with arbitration? If he wins, the Yankees don't usually. Well, the Yankees usually, when they like a player, they won't let them really go through arbitration. Normally, when there's an arbitration situation, it's something that they're not really ready for, that they're like halfway on it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, Nitin is giving the thumbs up. So let's bring him aboard.
What's up, guys? Good morning.
What's up, Nitin?
What's up,
There he
Evan?
is. How you doing, Nitin?
What's up, everyone in the chat? Let's go, Yankees.
What's up?
Eddie should be joining soon. He thought it was 8:30 p.m. Eastern, but my team told him 8:30 a.m. So they sent him the link again. He should be joining soon, I think, hopefully. So
okay. Well,
yeah.
we're going to be on till 9:30, so because they're going to be starting the wiring. So nothing I can do about that. They're the bosses, not me. but yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But Nitin, I don't know if you were hearing it while you were driving. So I caught this really big article on Yahoo stating about 5 Yankees that have played themselves basically out of contention for next year. And one big one is Anthony Volpe. I know we're going to have a roundtable discussion tonight, but what are your thoughts on that, sort of right now about it?
I mean, like I said in the previous stream, we need depth for the playoffs. I think Volpe chance to be on the playoff roster. Like I said, what happens if someone gets injured? You need depth, so you cannot just cancel anybody out. It's a playoff. You need all hands on deck for the playoffs. So I expect Volpe to be on the playoff roster, and I expect him to play in the playoffs. Because there's nothing else you can do. You got to have him on the roster, and hopefully he's improving a little bit. He's doing a little bit better, but hopefully his defense can improve before the playoffs. So I expect him fully to be playing in some games in the playoffs. So.
Nitin, Damon has a question. Are you on 267 South?
287.
287 South. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I guess Damon knows his roads. Wow. That's cool.
Wow.
So you can't hide from Damon. Sheesh. Yeah. You can't hide from him. Yep. Damon says, I called it. There you go. Good for you, Damon. And did that highway, I do that highway every day for work.
Yeah.
Aha. You can't hide, my friend. You can't hide. There you go.
He's all over the
Uh,
place. He's here. He's there. He's everywhere.
well, while we have a little chance, guys, anybody want to comment on some football games yesterday? What did you guys get
Giants.
to see?
Sorry for the Giants, but
Yeah.
they're horrible. They're horrible. They give, like, come on, man. Like, seriously, they got 3 field goals? Are you kidding me? Come on now. Like, I mean, no, not 3 field goals. Sorry, touchdown and no, they got a touchdown. And they missed a
The
field
problem
goal, and
was
then
they didn't have a kicker because Graham Gano,
yeah,
for the second year in a row, got hurt in pregame warmups, so they didn't have another
yeah.
kicker on the roster. So basically, they
No,
couldn't take extra points.
Graham Gano played yesterday. Did he?
Well, he did come in for 1 field goal, but he was injured,
Oh,
so he
yeah.
couldn't take extra points pretty much.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
And Russell Wilson looked bad yesterday. I mean, he didn't look too good yesterday. He missed.
Yeah.
He was overthrowing players. And the Chiefs, I knew the Chiefs was going to come out and play good. And knowing them, their track record, they have obviously the experience by Andy Reid, and I knew they were going to come out like that. But man, that was that was not. I mean, the Giants had to figure out something quickly because they need to have a team meeting soon and have one of their leaders step up because they're already 0-3, and then they got the Chargers next week, and that's another tough team. So they got to figure out something quick. I don't know what's going to happen there, but the shocker for me was the Cowboys and Bears. I expected the Cowboys to come out and play better there, but the defense was horrible. So that was a shocker to me. But there's a lot of great games on yesterday, and what's his name? Caleb Williams. He showed out 4 touchdowns for Caleb Williams against the Cowboys. So that was crazy to see. But yeah, there were some pretty good games, and obviously the Saints. They're gonna have a bad year. They're 0-3 too, I think. They lost yesterday and to Seattle. So I think Seattle. To be honest, Seattle. They're going to be a good team. They're a surprise team to me. 49ers are a pretty good team, even without Brock Purdy injured right now. And so far, there's a lot of surprises this year. But
there's one surprise that New York is 0-6.
Yeah, New York is 0-6. Jets are 0-3 too, so they got to figure out something too. And Evan, who's playing tonight?
Tonight we got the Detroit Lions against the Baltimore Ravens. Should be a great game.
That's good. Yeah, that should be a good game. And Ravens look good too. So, man, this NFL season is flying by already. So,
yep. Does every year.
Yes.
Okay, I think we see Eddie down there, guys. So let's we're gonna shift gears.
You can drive me too.
And let's okay. All right, man. We'll see you in a little bit.
See you.
Okie doke. Well, everyone, I want to introduce to you former NBA player Eddie Robinson, and good morning to Eddie. Good morning. You're with Joe and Evan here on NY Mania. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. Hey, I had the time mixed up. I usually do these things at night, right? Yeah, but hey.
With the early birds, don't worry about it. Do you have a nice cup of coffee and you're ready to go?
I don't drink coffee, but yeah, I'm up though.
Okay. Oh, wow! An athlete that doesn't drink coffee. That's pretty. First of all, you look ready to play. You look ready to play again. So what's going on? Let's get out there, huh? What are you doing here? Go practice. Let's go.
Right. I feel like I should still be playing. Especially the way it's
got you look like you're 30 years old or 25.
I get that a lot. I tell
well, first of all, let's start. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And what's going on now? And take us back how this all started, how the journey started with you to actually become an NBA player. How did it all start? And how did you just realize, hey, I'm going to play in the NBA?
Well, it kind of didn't happen on purpose, right? It just kind of happened, based up on my situation as far as growing up. We had the parents not in the home. living with my grandmother, with a lot of my other siblings, cousins. Dropped out of high school, ran into a guy named Raymond Jones who runs the local recreational center down at Burston Fieldhouse in Flint, Michigan. Ran into him, and he always thought I was older because the times I was at the gym was during the times where I should have been in school, actually, right? So he thought I was older than what I actually was for somehow. I don't know how he knew that, but yeah, ended up having a conversation with him, and when he found out how old I was, he was like, "Man, you should be playing basketball and this and that." And I ended up playing. I played 1 year AAU ball with him. Mateen Cleese, Morris Peterson, Charlie Bell, all the other Flintstones you may be aware of. We all played AAU ball together, and I got a lot of interest from colleges, which kind of shocked me because I had no idea, right? You hear about everybody saying you're this, you're that, and then once you actually get it solidified by, the men in the letter jackets in the recruiting process and sending letters out to kids of interest of wanting them to come into the university. So I got all those letters, and that kind of rerouted my path of life to like, okay, I need to kind of take this thing serious and really focus in on it.
So okay, so take us through that. So now you're on the path, and how were those days for you? Were they grueling? Like going to high school and being drafted, and tell us about those days where you were getting prepared to possibly get drafted in the NBA.
Well, since I dropped out of high school, right, I had to get my GED first. So that was the first first thing I had to do moving forward as far as getting me into school. My AU coach he knew a lot of coaches, so I ended up going to Trinity Valley Community College. That was the first college I went to, Trinity Valley Community College. I did 1 year there. Coach Rob Falaska was the local head coach at Mott College in Flint, and he was getting a job up there. And he was at Jordan. Actually, he was at Glenn Rice's Pro-Am games. That's where we used to play our Pro-Am games in Glenn Rice Pro-Am up at Jordan College. And he ended up recruiting me there. And I ended up going down there, getting my GED, passed that, got that taken care of, and played my first year of 5-on-5 organized basketball in college. So from there, I left. After that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I left after that first year. I transferred. I ended up going to Brown Mackey Community College in Salina, Kansas. I played there a year and got a lot of attention. A few NBA teams were coming to my games. The San Antonio Spurs. This would have been my sophomore year in college. The San Antonio Spurs was very interested in me and, was like I should enter the draft. They said that they would take me or whatever. So I kind of just threw my name in there without actually talking to my mentor, Raymond Jones. And he was like, "You ain't ready for no NBA. You just not learning how to play college ball. You ain't ready for no NBA yet." So I was like, yeah, right. Because he was like, "You ain't play high school ball. You got some catching up to do. You got a lot of learning to do. Like, you don't know the game like that. You've never played 5-on-5 before outside of AAU basketball. And you think you played 2 years of junior college and you think you're ready for the NBA, right?" So after talking to him and him bringing me back to reality, I decided to, continue school. But at that time, I had already sent my name into the draft, right? I had already put my name in there. So I ended up trying to send a letter because,
of course.
You get a moment. You get a grace period where you can send your letter in and declare from it, right? So I tried to do that, and I thought I did that, but somehow my letter wasn't received. So as I'm watching the draft and I get the newspaper the next day, I see my name in the paper under undrafted players. And I went, wait a minute, I thought I took my name out. So we get to calling David Stern, and he was like, "Yeah, unfortunately, we never received it. And so you have to go Division II now. You can't go Division I." Do I know if that's true or not? To this day, I still don't know if I had to do that. So I end up going division because I didn't sign an agent. I didn't have an agent. And that was my biggest debate with him was like, I had no plans on being in the draft because as you can see, I don't have an agent. Like, why would I enter the draft and I don't have an agent? Like, that doesn't even make sense, right? So anyway, I had
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like, well, we didn't get the letter and this and that. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I ended up going to Central Oklahoma for 2 years. And then that's when the NBA buzz really created itself. I had a lot of NBA teams come to my games and showing interest. And yeah, so what's weird is because now since I went undrafted, right? So now when I play my last college game, I'm an NBA agent immediately. So I went from playing my last college basketball game to going on NBA workouts. I was the only person doing this out of any college basketball players, because everybody else had to wait till they graduated and wait till they were done with school. For me, I was doing my first NBA workout was the New York Knicks, and they were playing the Miami Heat in the playoffs in the first round, and I had an opportunity to sign with the Knicks as soon as my last basketball college game was over with. I could have went from college basketball straight to the NBA playoffs. Never been done ever in life.
Wow.
And I had an opportunity to do that because of the situation I put myself in by putting my name in the draft and not going drafted, which was kind of a blessing in the sky. I think that's what every guy will want, because now that process, you're allowed to sign for how long and how much money you want to. You don't have that restricted, 3-4 year deal that everybody gets when they first come in, that first round draft deal. So, which was a blessing in the sky for me, because, I could pick and choose where I wanted to go. I wouldn't end up in a situation where I didn't want to be at, like some guys do now. Everybody's hoping, oh, I hope I don't go to Utah. I don't know why people don't like Utah, but like nobody wants to go there, right? So, which for me, I would have went to Utah. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted the opportunity to make it and play and fulfill that dream. So I ended up signing with the Charlotte Hornets, a 2-year deal. So the Knicks situation, right? So I was in the locker room with the Knicks, and my agent was going back and forth with their front office, and they were like, "We really want to sign Erod. We really want to sign them, but they would have to, release somebody." And that player would have been David Wingate. As I know later on in my NBA career, how that veteran brotherhood is, like they're going to keep the veterans on as long as they can. They're like, "Oh, young fellow, he'll get a job somewhere," So they kept him on, and yeah, I could have made history that way by going from playing my last basketball college game to the NBA playoffs in New York.
That's some story.
Almost made that happen.
Wow.
That was
now
one crazy story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
I was just going to say that the transition there from community college basketball, then all the way, college, and then NBA, like that's a great story in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it is a lot of plenty more detail in between that, right? So
yeah,
that's kind of like the full circle moments, right? And I got the 2-year deal. I could have played for other teams, but a lot of those other teams already had, high draft picks, right? So my opportunity of playing were going to be slim with certain teams. So I picked the Hornets because that's the place where I was going to get the most opportunity to get on the court.
Right.
Yeah, so you're going to the Hornets. So what's going through your mind, and how does it, how does it all begin for you? I mean, you're picking yourself up where you were living, whatever, and you go to Charlotte and all of that. So how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel, geez, I made it? No matter what, I made it. What goes through your mind?
I mean, you think about it, right? Because like I said, growing up, I love playing basketball. I was one of the best players in the city that wasn't playing high school ball. Everybody knew about me, the coaches, the players, So for me to actually make it, and it wasn't my dream to do so, was unbelievable. But it didn't hit me until that first day of training camp when we had media day. And that's when I was like, wow, this is really happening. It was such a surreal moment. It was an unbelievable moment. It was one of the most blessed moments that's happened thus far in my life, and I know that all was God doing that. For me growing up in the church and knowing about God and knowing about the path of life and believing and all that stuff, and he definitely was looking over me.
Now, okay, so you played the 2 years, and you felt pretty good about it and all that. Then all of a sudden, the Chicago Bulls come into play. How did that all happen?
Well, before I even was going to become a free agent, the general manager was telling me, you don't have to worry about this, you don't have to worry about that. We're going to sign you, blase, blase, and then the team ended up moving to New Orleans. And they offered me
right.
They offered me like a $16 million contract for 6 years, which was low compared to, some of the, comparing me to some of the players that were getting like 7-year 40s and 4-year 25s, 5-year 30s, right? So my agent felt like I should have been in the 5-year 30 range. So Chicago, that's what Chicago offered, and that's why I went there. Not only because of that, I would have been closer to Flint, Michigan, which is a few hour drive away. So I think it was like 5-hour drive from Flint to Chicago. So I would have been closer home. So that's why I ended up going. And me being the crazy Michael Jordan fan that I am, I had to go do that.
Wow, that was my next question. So, Bob in the chat, yes, he wanted to know: did you play with Michael Jordan, and what was it like every night with the spotlight always on the Chicago Bulls?
Well, at that time, obviously, we were in the rebuilding stage. Life after Michael Jordan, and the way the dynasty, and all those 6-0 championships and big shoes to fill. That we tried to fill those shoes, but I think we were at a point where we were the youngest team in the NBA at the time. We had Tyson Chandler, 18
Right.
years old, Eddie Curry, 18 years old, Jamal Crawford, I think, was 20 years old. I was only 23 years old. Marcus Pfizer, we were the youngest team in the league. So, and trying to learn the triangle offense, I think that had a lot to do with, our slow process of, trying to battle and win games every night. We're playing a premeditated offense, the triangle offense, which I don't think we ever was interested in playing. I don't think we had the personnel to do so. I think we were one of the youngest, most athletic teams in the NBA. So I felt like we should have played that way, more up and down, more fast paced, more NBA regular sets, pin downs, because we had the personality to do that. I think the triangle, trying to learn that at such a young age, which we really didn't get it, it kind of, had a sour effect on our seasons. But I will say those fans, the thing I loved about Chicago, even though we were struggling with games and losing a lot of games, we were second in attendance. So the fans showed up and supported no matter what. So, and I will always be thankful for Chicago for that, because, they showed up when we weren't at our best.
Yep.
How was the media out there, and how did they treat you?
Oh, the media was great. Of course, we had Charles Oakley. We had Scottie Pippen came and paid for a little bit with us. So the media was kind of on those guys more than the younger guys. So they kind of like was, I had my few media moments and things of that nature, and so it was great. And then I remember we were playing the Wizards. This is Michael Jordan's first time back in Chicago since he left. And man, the magnitude of this game was like any other game I've ever experienced. It was crowded. It was people everywhere. It was media everywhere. the introduction was like when they introduced Michael Jordan. Oh, I think we were delayed maybe an hour before we started because people just wouldn't sit down and shut up. It is like, wait a minute, guys, we're the home team here. Like they're the enemies right now. Michael's not playing for us right now. He's on the opposing team. Give him his cheers and his praise like he deserved, and then we need that same energy for y'all to get us, right? Which I couldn't blame. You know, that guy put his that guy brought so much to that city, brought so much success to that city, champion.
All right.
Oh no.
We are frozen. Yeah, we are frozen. Eddie, can you hear Eddie? Maybe ask him because I have it frozen.
Yeah, I can't hear him. He's frozen.
Yeah. Eddie, if you can hear us, I'm very sorry. We've been having technical issues with the wiring, and we're changing all systems actually after we go off the air this morning. I feel terrible, but there's not much we can do. Yeah, I think he just went off. Unfortunately, guys, this is just terrible. Yeah, I know he froze 45. Let's bring Nathan on. Nathan, do you hear me?
Is he still in the background?
No, he's not. No, he's not. Can only apologize, Nathan. My hands are tied. There's nothing I can do about it. Hopefully he'll come back. It's just, this nightmare that just got to end. It's going to end. I'm very, very sorry, Nathan.
Is he back yet or no?
Maybe we could have. No.
We can have him back at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan, I apologize. Please tell him. We're in the middle of. They're changing all the wires, and we really, Oh, he might be coming back.
Oh, okay. You can.
All right. Eddie, can you hear me? Eddie, can you hear me? Actually, this could be on both sides.
This might, yeah, because you're fine, Joe. I mean, I can hear you, but Eddie might be having.
Yeah, so obviously, I guess I did some communications on that side. So sorry about that, guys. Like I said, hopefully this is the end of it. We will be changing everything over for our nighttime tonight. Which Evan, are you able to join us?
I should be able to. Oh, there's Eddie.
There we go.
Oh, Eddie, how you doing? I don't know if that was from us or from both of us.
Yeah,
because we've been having a lot of cable issues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we're on the verge of changing. Everything is going to be changed actually this morning. New company, new everything, and I'm I hate it, the freezing and all of that. But again, I apologize. So. And also, we would love to have you back because we want to have a really nice stream with you. I don't like, the cutoffs and all of that. It's not fair to you, and it's just not fair in general.
Yeah, I got you.
So we, again, I totally apologize for that. So I mean, hopefully we can continue a little bit. But my next question to you was, so now you reached the big time. What were some of the players that were you in awe with playing with them, and who gave you the most trouble, and who like said, hey young kid, keep it going? Who was there for you always?
So in Charlotte, pretty much Derek Coleman, Anthony Mason, Eddie Jones, Baron Davis. I mean, we had a nice little squad there in Charlotte, and one thing about that, we all got along. We all hung out. We all had each other's back. We were able to hold each other accountable. I think one of the biggest things to our success is that we were able to communicate to each other in ways that may have been disrespectful, but we understood it. We understood the moment. We understood the passion about it, and we never took it personal. Right? So we could argue about it, and we could figure it out, and we gonna still be tight as we was. It's not gonna cause friction. Right. So and because we're building trust, we're building chemistry, so you got to make sure you're in the right position. You got to be ready to help, all the things that goes with winning in basketball. And we were able to communicate that to each other and hold each other accountable. But all my teammates, great. I still talk to most of them to this day still, right? So yeah. Bobby Fields played a big role in my upcoming. I learned my defense, how to play defense from Bobby Fields, how to play defense from Eddie Jones, and further understanding how to play 5-on-5. You have to learn the sets.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot mentally to go through versus more mental because you got to know what you're doing on the drop of a dime. There could be a signal. You got to know what you're doing. You got a split second to know it and figure it out. So, that was a challenge. So I spent a lot of times on my plane rides, not watching the portable movie. Remember the portable DVDs where you can watch the movies on the plane?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do none of that because I'm looking at the playbook. Yeah. I'm going over the playbook. Like
that's
I got to know.
Well, yeah. That's a true player.
Yeah, I gotta know what's going on. So
that's the grind right there.
Yeah, so when you look at, and I try to tell people, when you see certain players that are good enough to be getting minutes, a lot of it is mental. It's not that they can't play. Maybe they can't remember plays. They don't remember this. They don't remember that. So a lot of that stuff is mental. You got to know the plays because for the most part, you're on national TV, and you can't get caught out there looking like you don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that held a lot of talented guys back too. They can play, but it's the mental part about it. Got to know the plays.
How did you
responsibilities, right?
How did you feel about playing in New York's Madison Square Garden?
Oh, that was, you hear all the stories about the Madison Square Garden and watching these games on TV and seeing such a great environment, the stars come out there, right? So you got to be ready to go. So that's the mecca of basketball, New York City. That's still one of my favorite arenas to play in to this day, Madison Square Garden.
Wow, that's great to hear. I worked there for I'd say about 13 years, 14 years. Loved every minute of it. But I got to be honest with you, Eddie. I didn't want them to renovate it. I wanted the same garden that they started in 1968, and then made some renovations, throughout. But I loved the different color seats. I loved I knew the place like the back of my hand because I was actually the tour director at Madison Square Garden for a while, and I just loved it. And when we had NBA. Sometimes on my tour, we'd take a couple of basketballs, let some of the kids that come from the schools, especially overseas and all, come to the court, throw a couple of. It's the greatest thrill they'll ever have. Imagine they could say, "I shot a basketball in Madison Square Garden," so I could put a smile on one little kid's face. Yeah. It was amazing. But we had a lot of people that would stop by. We had. Patrick Ewing stopped by. He was practicing coming off of injury. We had the great Marv Albert. He was the voice of the Knicks, obviously. Yeah, but unbelievable. Now, actually, his son Kenny is the lead announcer starting for the first year this year for the New York Rangers.
Oh, I never knew that.
hockey.
I never knew he was the son of Marv Albert. Never knew that.
Yeah, there's Kenny. I interviewed all of them. There's Kenny, there's Al Albert, and there's Steve Albert, and of course there's Kenny, and of course the daddy Marv. It's a great family, fantastic for basketball, and so New York was definitely. When you were in New York, did you go for your nice slice of pizza? Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go for your munchies?
I think it was a steak restaurant like right across from the arena. I think it was the biggest steak I've ever seen. It was the biggest.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it was the biggest steak I've ever seen. It covered my whole plate. It had to be 12, 13 ounces. It was a huge steak.
No, well, I can tell you what. If you tell me what was that like right in front of you or sit down?
No, it was a sit down.
It was sit down. Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to think. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was right across from the arena.
I can't remember the name, but I do know what you're talking about. They had some great places there, no question about it, and they still do. But that's awesome. So New York, you put as a stepping stone. New York is high on your list. Oh, I think he's frozen again. Unfortunately, yeah. Now this could be from both sides. I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm not sure if it's. Oh, they there. Are you there? Yeah, it probably isn't coming from our side because we're talking and you hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. No, then I think he's frozen. I'm sorry, Eddie, if you can hear us. Yeah, Eddie, I'm sorry.
Oh, he's there.
There he is.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, now I think it's on, I mean, I feel bad no matter what, but our side looks to be clear. I don't know. It's just one of those things. There might be storms in the area. Who knows? But Eddie, if you would be so
Wi-Fi going in and out.
Wi-Fi, okay.
I think that's my
Okay. If you would be so kind, Eddie, if we could reschedule, if you come back to us, I'd really appreciate it. I feel bad. We didn't. There's a lot of things that we couldn't get out, and it's just I want to have a very nice interview with you, and I want it to be done right, correctly. Maybe you know what? Because you thought it was at night, maybe we can plan something a little bit later, and I'll just make a special show for you.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so maybe we could talk to Nitin. And Nitin, we'll put it together at your convenience, and and we'll put it together because I want you to have the best interview that we can give you. Like this, the fans out there can hear all about your travels and your well-being and all, and so we'll do that. Do you think on your side it's set, or what do you think? You think it might freeze again? Because I just want it done correctly. I think you can understand what I'm saying.
No, I understand that. Wi-Fi. I don't know why my Wi-Fi keeps doing that. This usually never happens during my podcast when I do these things.
I don't think it's used to being on in the morning.
Right.
It was telling you, what are you doing, bad boy? What are you doing?
Looking outside, it ain't raining or nothing. I don't know what's going on.
Well, no, that does, yeah, and it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be where we are. It could be something in the universe, something boom right. That just hitting the airwaves. But while we still have you, we will definitely. I'd love to have you again because there's a few things I wanted to ask you. Do you see yourself getting back into anything basketball, an assistant coach, broadcasting, or anything?
Well, I'm currently in Houston, Texas right now. I train at Just Play Sports basketball training facility. So I'm training. Yeah, so I'm training a lot of kids. So getting kids better, trying to put kids in the same situation I was put in before through somebody, right? So just trying to help the kids out.
That's what it's all about, Eddie. When you work with kids, it's a gem. And you're like a brother figure, a father figure, a friend figure. I mean, that's amazing. That's the best thing you could do. And your playing days are over. You've seen it. You've seen the light. You've seen everything. And if you can give 1 ounce to a little person, to grow up and want to go to the NBA or any place he wants to go, then you did a great job. So we salute you for doing that. That's awesome. I love hearing stories, with mentoring young kids and, even people under 10 years old, 12 years, it doesn't matter. But when you do something like that, that's aces on your part. And really outstanding that you do that, Eddie. That's really appreciated.
Yeah,
God does good things for good people.
Yeah, so the kids started it's so funny to watch them. They're like kindergarten all the way up, right? So we started young. We started them young.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Really, we really appreciate it. Eddie, do you have another question, Evan, before we wrap it up before they take our wires down?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what was your adjustment like playing from the Hornets and then going to the Bulls? I saw that you shot over 50% in 1999 and then in 2000 as well, and then your shooting percentage kind of went down a little bit when you went to the Bulls, but you had more. You had more rebounds, you had more steals. So kind of like, what was the adjustment like going from the Hornets to the Bulls?
Yeah, I think playing in Chicago, it was cold, right?
Yeah. Windy City.
Yeah, because they got that ice under the floor, right? And here's the other thing I find interesting about the NBA when it comes to practicing, right? And it's so weird. We never practice in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we're at home, but we're not at home because we never shoot on these rims. So we don't never get used to them. That's one thing I never understood about the NBA. Like, why do we have a practice facility? We got a whole arena. We should be practicing where we're going to be playing at, which is weird. That's so weird to me. Like, I don't understand why teams have practice facilities and we got a whole arena where we play our games at. Where we should be practicing where we're going to be playing at. You would think that, right? But we're playing somewhere else in another little gym, and it's like you never could get used to the rims. I don't want to say that, use that as an excuse, but it's kind of like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's challenging because you're shooting on something that you're not used to playing on every day, but you're at home, right? And you only get to do it an hour before the games. When you got shoot around, that's the time you really get a chance to get used to the rims, is when you got shoot around and on game day.
Well, that again, that answers the question. But yeah, you should be able to have your own. It's sort of like the Tampa Bay Rays of this year's baseball. They didn't have a stadium to play because of the the bad winds and the rains that they had in Florida. Their roof fell off the Tropicana field. So they are playing in the Yankees minor league system, George M. Steinbrenner Field. And, it's a different element, but at least they're still in Florida. That's it. And I have a feeling they may have to do that again. But it's terrible. A major league team should have, the major league stuff. And they have but it's a beautiful ballpark with all of the great amenities that the Yankees have put in there. So believe me, I don't think they want to leave. But hey, but you have to be in your own element. But one thing, like I said, that you said that you're working with the kids, and that to me is a superstar move. And we want to thank you for anything you do with the kids, man. You're aces in our book, and we really appreciate. And it's a great pleasure to speak to a former player, or any player of that magnitude, and you're an inspiration. And keep it going, Eddie. And we want to have you on again. I really would like to continue this interview. You're a really, really great guy, and I appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, we definitely got to do it again. I got to find a
And
better setup. I got I got to find a better setup because this normally never happens. So
I think it was like kudos on both sides, but next time, hopefully, God willing, in the hands of God, we'll have and we'll do it later if you like. Like I said, we put together different shows throughout the day, especially now with the baseball playoffs starting. And we got the NBA coming. We can talk about we can preview all NBA games, teams and all. So there's a lot to talk about. So if you give us another chance, we'd really appreciate it.
Oh, we definitely can do it again. We could just figure the time out. And we'll go from there.
Right. Yeah. And I'll send you an email. Nitin will be in touch with you. We'll get this all done. But in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful. Thank you for being on this morning, and thank you for the service, for everything that you do. God bless you and your family, and you stay well. And we'll definitely see you soon. Oh, one quick thing before we get knocked off. On November 11th, we're going to have a Salute to the Troops show. And we would love to invite you to come on for if you have a story about anybody military or we're going to do a cancer research patients, whatever. If you have a story, we would love for you to come on. We have a lot of people that have agreed to come on, and it's going to be a special day to say thank you to our troops. So if you can find a little time on November 11th, we'll send you the time. We would love for you to come on and say a few words.
Yeah, I'll have a story because one of my best friends was in the service over there in the Army, and yeah, that's a sad one, but yeah, we can talk about that.
There you go. Well, thank you. So we going to add your name to the list. I appreciate that. We will get back to you with that time, and what's convenient for you, and anything you want to talk about, you feel free. And this is all about love for people that giving us the freedom to do what we want to do. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. But in the meantime, Eddie, you stay 100% well. God bless you. God bless your family. And we'll be in touch real soon. Thank you so much.
All right. I'll talk to you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right, guys.
Oh, anytime. Good luck to you. Keep up the good work.
Oh, I will.
You take care. Thank you.
All right. See y'all.
Take care. Well, Evan, that was a pretty good interview. Unfortunately, I have a feeling it was actually more on both sides. But yeah. So, all right. Well, we're going to wrap this up, everyone. But we are going to come back tonight at 8 p.m. and we're going to have our post game show. It's a roundtable show of everything the Yankees did over the weekend and upcoming for the final week of this baseball season. It's kind of hard to believe that we're going to be in the last week of the baseball season. So kudos to that. Evan, are you going to come on tonight?
I should be available tonight. May not be right at 8 o'clock, but 8:15, 8:30, but I'll try my best for 8.
Sounds good to me. All right, Evan, thank you. And thanks for the great work. Thank you to Eddie Robinson. Thank you to Nitin for putting the stream together. And hopefully we will see you at 8 o'clock with a great stream and a nice round table. And anybody that wants to come on and hang out with us, we will, let's see. Here is the, here we go. contact the show at joeyankees28@gmail.com, joeyankees28@gmail.com, and we'll answer you, and we'll put together something about you asking questions and coming on with us. Again, everyone, thank you. Have a blessed day. We love each and every one of you. We will see you tonight at 8 p.m. And stay tuned. Any Yankee news or anything coming out, you'll see it on NY Yankee Mania. Subscribe and press the notifications, and you'll get all the words that is needed. So thank you so much. Evan, have a great day. Great day at the college. And enjoy, and we'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock, folks. Take care. And yes.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis, for 500.
Yes. Let's go, Yankees.